Hey everybody. So tonight I'm going to take you through my wheel replacement and tell you a little story of my experience with Transition and Race Face for warranty replacement of a bum wheel. I got my new wheel in today from Race Face, and my Transition Spire, the rear wheel that came on it, a little bit to be desired. Essentially, after having the bike for about a month and a half, I was noticing a little bit of tightness on the rear wheel, to the point where when I would pedal, it would do a lot of that. Ghost pedaling and things, which you shouldn't be doing. And then what would happen is if I had it down here like in 6th, 7th, or 8th gear as I was starting off on a trail to get some speed up, as I would go and I would coast here, when I would compress, I would get a lot of chain slack right here. And it would lash around. It would pull my derailleur up to the point where it was making a whole bunch of noise when I would go off a jump or compress on the lip of a jump, and I could hear a whole bunch of stuff back here happening, and I wasn't exactly sure what it was. So the first time it happened was probably I don't know, mid-December or so, and I was going down Mr. Sparkle, and I noticed on the first like 3 jumps I would press into the face and just get some, some pops off those jumps going into the big turn and some of the bigger ones further down the trail. And I was like, man, what's that noise? Felt weird, my pedals were kind of moving when I would jump into the air. And then I just figured, well, I'll just go do it again. Maybe it was nothing. And then the second time I did it, it was the same. And I noticed I was getting the ghost pedaling, and it seemed like basically my cassette wanted to keep turning, my hub wanted to keep turning while I was coasting. And it was causing a dangerous situation where this would get extremely loose and smack up against stuff, risking it getting sucked into the spokes. So I took it to, I think this was like on a Friday or a Saturday too. I took it down to Infinity Cyclery in Paulsbo just to ask them to look at it. I took it apart. It didn't seem like anything was amiss to me. So I brought it to them, asked them, told them what it was doing, see if they could take a look at it. And they found there's like a little rubber seal in the hub, in the free hub, that wasn't pressed in all the way. So they literally fixed it within like an hour. They gave me a call. I was still in Paulsbo. I figured it was going to be an overnight thing at least, but I came, picked it up, and no more ghost pedaling. And I rode it, I don't know, for probably about 2 weeks. Every time I went out, it was fine. And then last Saturday, I had it up at Port Gamble, and it did the same thing on Phoenix. It was starting to do the same stuff. And it just happens like that. Like, it's fine for half the ride. I was up there, and then one trip down, it started making that same noise, so I stopped. I think if you watch the video that I made from last week, you can see me stop and go, what the heck? And it kind of freaks me out because I really don't want to be going over a jump and going fast and, have the chain sucked into my rear spokes. And I feel like that would probably not end great. So the guys at Infinity said, oh, you should put that in for a warranty. I was like, well, you seem to have fixed it. So, and it really, they just kind of pushed off the symptoms for a little bit, Anyway, I'll be right back to tell you more about that warranty claim process. Okay, so what we're going to do now is take this apart, swap the brake rotor over, swap the cassette over, and pump that wheel up with some sealant inside and reinstall. See how it is. Well, okay, so after a little bit of struggling with swapping the tire over with sealant, it wasn't easy. But everything else swapped over, we've got our new wheel and hub on here, and it no longer does the spins nice and clean. No ghost pedaling. I think we're ready to hit Ducey tomorrow. Hey, so the timeline for this was, let me see, probably about a month ago. I had the original issue with the chain lash and the ghost pedaling. Freaked me out a little bit. Probably mid-December. Didn't look like anything wrong to me, but I couldn't get it to not happen. So brought it to Infinity Cyclery in Paulsbo. They did a great job. I paid for labor, which is like $40. It resolved the issue temporarily. I was confident enough with it, comfortable enough to go ride it like normal, everything like that. And then last Saturday, as I was up riding it in Port Gamble again, it was fine on the first few runs that I did. No issues noted, working like it should. And then like all of a sudden on one run down Phoenix, I noticed that same exact sound, chain lash, the ghost pedaling happen again. So like an idiot too, I did one more run to think like maybe it wasn't it. No, that was it. And so I followed Infinity Cyclery's advice and put a warranty claim in with Transition, not knowing what I don't know. So that was on Saturday, put a warranty claim in. First business day back on Monday, Transition got back to me, said like, hey, sorry that's happening. Sounds like it's not an uncommon thing with those wheels and some of the bikes that we've sold. Good news is, Raceface will take care of you. Here's a link to, create an account and get a claim going with them. And I was a little, like, oh man, here we go, But Tuesday, Monday night, I guess I put in a claim that same night. Created an account at the link they provided, took some pictures, uploaded a service request essentially, and then there's an option to choose like a warranty deal. It's a little confusing because it's Raceface, it's Fox, and it's a couple other brands, mountain biking brands. So it's like not super specific up front, but you put your claim in, serial number, stuff like that, a picture of your serial number of your piece of equipment. They got back to me the next day, which would have been Tuesday, said like, hey, thanks for your claim, here's your service number, your ticket number, all this other stuff. We can't see the serial number on the picture you sent, it's got a glare. And they asked for a few more pictures and some more information, what size wheel, how many spokes, what kind of cassette body. If you can get that stuff in, we get this rolling. And so by Wednesday I had all that stuff in. Thursday, I think, I got a notification from Raceface saying like, hey, it's processed, here's your tracking number, it's on its way, and it showed up today. So a week really from initially putting the warranty claim in with Transition, which was the wrong place. They helped me get it to the right place, and then a week later I had a new wheel and it's installed and I'm ready to go riding. So thanks to Transition, thanks to Raceface, I made the right decision.